I see time is going, and I want to get into a little bit more of the healing, and I want to give you an exercise to do this week to get grounded. And even though I'm on video, you're not going to be able to see me if I back up from the camera. We tried it and it didn't work. So I'm going to describe it. And I do have a video that we can send out with the course homepage to remind you of how to do this. And if it's possible, wherever you are, to stand up and spread your feet about shoulder width apart. And when I tell people this, I find most of them think their shoulders are about 6 inches wide, so they err on the side of too narrow. And take your toes in a little with your heels slightly out, so you're a little bit pigeon-toed. And soften your knees. Ideally, your kneecap kind of lines up with your second toe if you want to get fussy about it. And you see your big toenail just on the inside of your kneecap. And press down into your feet and out as if you were trying to push two floorboards apart. And because your feet are really anchored into the ground, they can't push the floorboards apart. And what happens is the stability comes into the body. So your knees need to be slightly bent. I'd say bent about 10%. Pressing down and out with your feet. And maybe putting your hands on your hips and saying to yourself, I am in here. And feeling that solidity. And you can follow that with any I statement that you want to have as an affirmation. I am in here and I'm safe. I am in here and I have what I need to survive. I am in here and I'm okay. I am in here and I'm loved. I'm in here and I have abundance. So just to feel that stability there. And now we're going to charge it up. So we're working with the breath and the movement of the body. So as you inhale, bend your knees a little bit more. Take your tailbone down toward the earth and maybe a little bit back. And then press your feet down and out as you exhale. And imagine, if you can, pressing energy through the core of each leg, that each leg is a root that is pressing into the earth like two prongs of a plug pressing into the wall. And as we press into the condensed plane of the earth, matter is condensed energy, we actually get energy back. So, back to the position, feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly in, pressing down and out. Inhale and bend your knees. Draw earth energy up your legs into your first chakra. Exhale, push the down and out with your feet very slowly, as if you're pushing your roots down into the earth. And then inhale, you're drawing nourishment up from the roots. Receiving it, having it, allowing it in. Exhale, you're anchoring your roots. You're pushing them down through the bits of rock and dirt. You're penetrating the earth. And in this way, I think of the inhale and the bending of the knees as the feminine aspect of the first chakra, the receiving, the nurturing. Roots suck the nourishment up from the soil and bring it up to the plant. The masculine aspect is the rooting down, the penetration of the earth, the sending the roots down deep and out wide. And so whether we're male or female, or anything in between, we need both these feminine and masculine aspects of the first chakra. So as you breathe in, let's just do this a little more. Inhale as you breathe out, pushing down and out with your feet. And as you straighten your legs by essentially pushing the floor away, don't bring your legs up to a fully straight. Go only to that, 10% bent but not, 0%. And certainly don't lock your knees. If you're a person that stands with locked knees, you're shutting off your ground. It's like a switch, like a circuit breaker. We need to have flexible, responsive, slightly bent knees in order to respond to the different terrain of the earth. So as you breathe in, you pull earth energy in. As you breathe out, you imagine those roots going down. And if you're still doing this all this time, you might notice a slight tremble coming into your legs. And that tremble is your life force. That tremble is the energy coming up from the earth into your legs that if you can get it going and learn to have it, you can bring it into your first chakra. And if there's a container that's solid enough, your first chakra will fill up and it'll go into the second chakra and that'll fill up. And we will fill our container with luminous light and energy all the way up to the crown chakra. But it all begins with the first chakra. So maybe we'll take some questions about that exercise or some experiences of that. And while you're thinking of your question or writing it in, I'll just say that the two legs are like the two prongs of a plug. And the body is an instrument through which we can receive on different channels, just like your television can receive on different channels. And as you do, those are the different chakras. But we can't receive if we're not plugged in. So this is the longer I have been teaching chakras, and it's been 45 years now, the more I am convinced of the importance of grounding into the earth, pushing against things that are solid in order to generate the energy that then comes back into the body, rises up through the body, and fills us with aliveness.